Hello. So I'm trying out my new webcam. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work very well because I can already see there's a lag. Because when I do this, I can see like my finger, like it's rubber. Anyway, that's sort of fitting that you can see Marilyn there because I'm doing a book review on Marilyn Monroe by Barbara Leaming. I did buy this copy secondhand. I don't know if it's even published anymore. I bought this book a long time ago, actually. Like 4 years ago. This is right. Obviously, if it's copyright. Yeah, about 4 years ago. Um, I have a lot of Marilyn Monroe biographies. I have a lot of biographies in general because I like to read about stars, histor- historical figures, etc. And sorry, I am spacey. So many things are distracting me. Anyway, this is one of my favorite, all-time favorite biographies. Period. But it's also one of my almost all-time favorite books. It's very well written. It's really long. Um, let's see. She states her sources in it, but it also has an index, which is nice. So if you just want to know one thing about Marilyn's life, you can just go to the index, look it up, and then go to that specific page. With acknowledgments, see, these are her sources in it. There are pictures in it, such as, and it's like one of the only books I've read that have Marilyn portrayed as just, it's a whole character study type of thing. Usually it's people are either for or against her in general, which I completely understand why people would be against her. Um, she did a lot of stupid things, and I don't care if that gets me hate, whatever. She's not a good role model. She isn't, when you think about it. Um, most of the people don't really know all the things that she's done, or she did. She's passed away, so obviously she's not doing anything. She slept around a lot, which, if that's your thing, whatever. But that's not something really to idolize. Um, and this is by her own accounts, by the way. This isn't just people spouting nonsense. This is her own accounts. Um, she was a hypocrite. Well, I guess hypocrite's the wrong word. Well, I guess just a liar. But she would constantly say, um, she wants to act, which is fine, but then she wanted to have a family and just be quiet and settle down and that sort of thing. But when given the option, she was pregnant a couple times. But the last one, she actually was quite far along in the pregnancy, like 3 or 4 months, something like that. And she kept drinking and doing drugs, like barbiturates and such. And I can't remember what the name is. I think it's Nebutal. Um, and she was rushed to the hospital because she was experiencing cramping, but she hadn't been bleeding. And they said, "Baby's still there. The baby's fine. If you have to stop drinking, you have to stop doing the drugs, and you'll be fine, and you'll have the baby." And that's supposedly all she wanted. But she continued to drink and continued to do drugs. And so she lost the baby. What else did she expect? And then she's all heartbroken about it. But you knew what would happen. That's like saying, like, jumping into traffic and not expecting to get hit by a car. I was hit by a car? That's shocking. You jumped in traffic. You were told if you jumped in traffic you'd be hit by a car, and you didn't do anything. It's dumb. So I think that makes her a not very bright person and kind of disgusting in a way, because she, if you, she kept trying to have kids. It'd be one thing if you didn't want a kid and it was just like, and like you didn't know you were pregnant and you weren't trying to keep it type of thing. That'd be one thing. But you keep going on and on about wanting a kid and you keep getting pregnant and then you keep doing stupid shit to lose the kid. Like, then quit trying to get pregnant. I don't get it. Whatever. Um, she also played the pity card way too often. She constantly would go on and on about Why does this happen to me? Why does this happen to me? Why does this happen to me? When 9 times out of 10, it was her fault that things happened. I'm not saying the things that happened when she was a child were her fault. Those are not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about later in life with how her relationships ended up going, like with DiMaggio and that sort of thing. In her acting career, you're told show up on time, do your job, and you don't show up on time and you don't do your job, and then you're shocked that you don't have that job anymore. What do you think would happen? And that's what she did a lot. She would get drunk, show up hungover and shit. Sorry, I'm gonna curse. That's just what I do. Anyway, um, and then she's stopped. I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, she's a. I find that she was a good actress. Hence why I have not posters, but well, no, I don't. I have a painting, but and a calendar. And she's pretty. I'm not gonna say she wasn't pretty. Look, she's pretty, but she's not a role model. Um, I'd say she'd be somebody to learn what not to do in your life. You can take like the good aspects of what she did. She started out as a. I don't know if you have a picture in here, but she started out. Look, it's Baby Monroe. She started out uh, doing calendar work after. Not calendar work, pinups type of thing. Because she was working at a ball bearings plant. I think Tommy and his mom, how that was going on, except in America. Um, because her husband, Johnny? I can't remember what her first husband's name was. She got married 3 times? Yeah, because it was the first guy who was in the military. And then it was Joe DiMaggio, and then it was Arthur Miller. I think that was it. And the thing she did to Arthur Miller is not, that was kind of messed up. She didn't treat him very nicely at all. And I know I'm going off on just Marilyn Monroe in general. These are things that are talked about in the book. So, yeah. Anyway, talks about how Arthur uh, made the Misfits for her. She wanted to be a serious actress. But there's tons of info in here. Let's see. Those are acknowledgement sources. 429 pages. I don't know if they count the photo pages. I don't think so. But there are tons of good pictures. She actually looks like Nicole Kidman in this picture. It's kind of weird. It talks about her interactions with Kazan. I think I'm pronouncing it right. Let me read the back for you. Barbara Leaming's Marilyn Monroe is a complex, sympathetic portrait that will forever change the way we view the most enduring icon of America's sexuality. That's not right. Icon of America's sexuality. It'd be American sexuality or America's sexuality, but it's not America's sexuality. Anyway, to those who think they have heard all there is to hear about Marilyn Monroe, think again. Leaming's book tells a brand new tale of sexual, psychological, and political intrigue of the highest order. Told for the first time in all its complexity, this is the compelling portrait of a woman at the center of a drama with immensely high stakes, a drama in which the other players are some of the most fascinating characters from the worlds of movies, theater, and politics. It is a book that shines a bright light on one of the most tumultuous, frightening, and exciting periods in American culture. Basing her research on new interviews and on thousands of primary documents, including revealing letters by Arthur Miller, I've never heard this name, so I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Kazan, John Huston, Laurence Olivier, Tennessee Williams, Daryl Zanuck, Maryland psychiatrist Dr. Ralph Greenson. Psychiatrists do prescribe medication, so that's where she got the medication that ended up killing her. Leaming has reconstructed the tangle of betrayal in Marilyn's life. For the first time, a master storyteller has put together all of the pieces and told Marilyn's story with the intensity and drama it so richly deserves. I don't know if it's all that. But, and it says it's sympathetic, but to be honest, like I said before, it's very unbiased. It's very fact-based, not just, oh, poor dear type of thing. But it's also not like that terrible slut type of thing either. It just puts what's there and you can draw your own conclusions. It also does not specifically say whether she committed suicide, it was a setup, it was murder, it was whatever, because there's no real evidence either way. Because autopsies have been done. I don't know if you guys know this, and it's not just because I'm a big conspiracy theorist, but I've read all the information there is about it. There was an autopsy that was done by like two people, I believe, and where there were no pills at all, and I believe it was her colon. It was a weird color, and it didn't match up to what would all the stuff inside of her would doesn't match up to what would have been if she had swallowed the pills. She also couldn't have swallowed the pills because there was no glass in the room, and it's not like she could have drank right out of the tap in her bathroom because her bathroom was under construction and there was no water. So she couldn't have done that, and she can't take dry pills. There's like something where she had to take pills before. She always has to have something because she always had to have something, because just taking the dry pills she'd choke on them. So yeah, that is that. This is a very long review, and I apologize. I definitely recommend reading this if you like Marilyn Monroe. If you just like biographies, you might not find it too interesting because, in my opinion, not a lot happens where you have to specifically want to know about the person involved because otherwise it's just, you're just like, okay, whatever. But if you want to know more about her, this is one I would definitely recommend. This one and Goddess by, I can't remember the author's name. But I haven't finished reading that one, so I can't give a proper review. Plus, this is just supposed to be about Barbara Leaming and her book. So yes, I definitely recommend this one. If I were to give it rating, I don't know, I'm not going to do like 5 stars. I don't know, thumbs up. Whatever. A plus 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 plus. See if I can get it right in frame. Ta-da! Anyway, so thank you for watching, and I hope you will be happy to see that I will be I can't talk. I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully you will look forward to my other reviews, and I'll get better at this, because obviously that was sort of crudtastic, but whatever. Okay,